What a morning to be alive. So beautiful. I'm really tempted to go back to my fishing spot back over there, but I want to get a good start on today, so I have lots of time to decide where to set up camp. I've got a portage into Lily Pad Lake, and then a lift over into lower Mace Lake, and then I was planning on camping there for 2 nights. But at the end of that 2 nights, probably everything's going to be wet since there's some rain coming. So I might just blow past it and head to Pathfinder Lake and just set up camp there for the rest of the trip. But we'll see. I'll spend the afternoon on Lower Mace and see how it goes. It's so nice when nature provides a natural portage in between lakes. This is, oh, there's some poop. This is the portage between Upper Mace and Lily Pad, and it's just natural exposed bedrock and makes for a pretty easy portage. Slopes a little bit up and then back down, but still quite good. Naturally, I have to fish the base of the falls. I don't know. It's a decent sized lake. It's not Lily Pad yet. You have to paddle a bit first. But I could see fish being in here. Some really lucky person has a secluded cabin up there. Pretty cool. I wish I knew if this lake had fish or how deep it was. I don't have bathymetry for this one. Lake number 5 is just a small one, so not well known, but it's very charming. I actually have 2 portages to get into Lower Mace. I forgot about one. I've been doing that lately, forgetting about portages. I've been doing it so much lately, it's just like, go, don't even worry, just figure it out. The nice thing about day 1, which was long-ish, was that I covered pretty much half the distance for the entire trip and 4 of the portages. And until the last day, I don't really have that much work to do, so I can go at a pretty leisurely pace. Another great portage into Lily Pad Lake, following some exposed rock. And at the end it gets into a little wooded area, but still not bad at all. Through my second cast into the base of the falls, or the rapids, on Lily Pad Lake, and there was a brook trout. Followed. It was small, but still a really good sign. It's really shallow here as well, so that's kind of surprising, but anyway, I'd like to eat one of those later today, if not tomorrow. I'm on the last of my apricots. First trip I've ever brought apricots on, but they're good. I like nature's gummy bear. Lily Pad Lake, as expected, is covered in lily pads, but it's really pretty. Small lake. There's a campsite right over there, which looks quite nice, but not for swimming. It's shallow, mucky, and weedy everywhere, except where I'm heading, which is to get some brook trout. If there's a deep pocket in this lake and it has brook trout, the rest of this is like just a couple of feet deep, so it'd be like shooting fish in a barrel if they are stacked up in there. Well, it's been a good half hour and I haven't gotten any bites. There's more to it than the deeper west end of the lake than I thought, so I'm just gonna move on. There are brook trout all throughout this route, so I can get them later. I'm at the liftover into lower Mace Lake, and it's just a beaver dam. It should be pretty easy to get around. Hello and welcome to episode 2 of Fashion Week here on Backcountry Angling Ontario TV. We've got a huge episode for you today, folks, so don't go anywhere. Today we've got a new style in men's footwear all the way from Cambodia. It's a Keen model meant for backcountry adventure, which is very appropriate for where it was designed, which was Milan. And you know it's anti-odor, you know it. Its anatomic footbed is perfect for long days on your dogs. Keep them from barking. Yeah, so I got these in the GTA when I was there this past weekend, and I got tired of using sandals in situations like these, so I finally bit the bullet and paid for a good pair of wet shoes, and this is the first time I'm using them, so it'll be nice to just splash my feet in there and have them stay on nicely as well. Just checked out that island there in the bottom right of Lower Mace Lake, and it's okay, but it doesn't have great access, and moreover it's been trashed by people who are useless. Some of it's very old. There were some really rusted cans, old bottles, a big saw blade that had rusted, and it's just not very charming, so I'm gonna move on. Well, I was about to take this campsite, or look at it anyway, but there's a porcupine on it, a big one. So, what's protocol here? Does he have the site? Can I try later? Pretty cool. It's a big one. So yeah, I want to check out the site. And that guy kind of sauntered off. Oh wow. It's part of a moose jaw here. There are flowers in the fire pit, which suggests that it doesn't see a lot of use. That's appealing. The other site that I'm considering, I haven't seen it yet, I think is over there. So I'll check that out before I commit to this one, but if that porcupine isn't going to terrorize me, then I will definitely consider this one. I have no idea where he is, and the last thing I want is a bunch of quills in me right now, or ever. Hello, Mr. Porcupine, hello. Please don't get me. I've seen quills removed from a dog on TV, and it looks really, really painful. Well, further back into the woods, there's a larger clearing here. And it's pretty nice. This campsite here is A1. It's so nice. This sloping rock and then these big boulders here. Nice fire pit with a bench. It's nicely constructed. Someone put old metal and bottles on it for some reason. I am going to put those somewhere else. But aside from that, it's just outstanding. Alright, I got some things drying out, and now it's time for a bath and then lunch. Woo! I thought it'd be warm because it's shallow here, but it's still pretty cold. Gotta do it quick. That's better. Doesn't look like much, but I mixed some broccoli in there, and with the pepper it tastes pretty decent. I'm out doing some fishing, and another group just showed up on the lake, 6 of them, and I got to talking to the last canoe in the group once they were close enough, and they're actually the group from Upper Mace Lake, so I beat them to the prime campsite. Sorry fellas. And clearly they wanted it because they paddled straight there, and then I could hear them shouting to try and hear each other from afar, and they were trying to communicate that it was taken, and it was kind of funny. But yeah, they said they got nothing on Upper Mace Lake, and I probably had 20 to 30 bites yesterday on a trout lake. And I asked him if they had the bathymetry, and he said no. So, trout fishing for summer, trout fishing in the summer without bathymetry is a fool's errand. It's a wild goose chase. There's not much point to it. So, I told him where the deepest spot is on this lake, and hopefully they can get into some, because most groups of 6 would probably be counting on some fish to eat in their meal plan. I am heading down the Blind River. This is in Blind River Provincial Park. I'm heading down that way. I want to check this out because it connects to another couple of lakes. Keeler Lake and I think Lilybet, something like that. And I definitely intend to come back here already. I've made a mental note about that. So I want to see how far down I can get this river, and maybe connect it and extend this loop, or have an alternate for it, and then come back up another river, which is all part of the Blind River system, and that would take me into Pathfinder Lake. So just gonna see how far I get it here. I won't get any fish this way. This is all trout and this is gonna be shallow, but just something for next time. As soon as you exit the lake and start to get into the river section, there's an immediate obstruction, and it looks pretty scenic down there. So I'm tempted to go, but I don't know, the sun's been beating down on me all day, and this just seems like a slog, because I'm sure this is only the beginning here. There's probably quite a number of obstacles down that way. So I will probably just look it up online when I get home and try and get that information secondhand. Well, I just decided that I wasn't going to do it, and then my sense of wanderlust was like, no, we're doing this. So here I am, a slave to my own wanderlust. At least I've got these new shoes, and wading is going to be a joy from now on. It's just wide enough to get through there. I just find these places and I need to know what's there, what's around the corner. What's around the corner that doesn't have 6 other people on it. Not that I mind, I really don't. But just to find that place that no one else sees or rarely sees is just what drives me to do these trips. Now it seems to open up, as it looked like it might have back from the original vantage point at that obstruction. And this is why I do it. This is why I need to check around the corner, because this could be some magic spot. Who knows? But not knowing is what I can't stand. Maybe this is a brook trout honey hole, or there are moose here. Just need to know. Oh, I thought those were sticks. They were rocks. It's opened up into a wider, deeper section. Not very deep probably, but deep enough for me to want to go fishing. So I'm going to try. And either way, I'm not regretting this trip to this river section. It's been fun checking it out, and we'll see how far I get, but I'll be able to sleep better tonight knowing that I came. I've arrived at a beaver dam, and I'm not going to go any further than this, but this would be easy to get by, and then up ahead there's a nice, relatively wide and clear creek channel, so it looks like I could probably come back and do this next time. Be a nice little extension of the loop. Funny situation there with the other group that's on the lake, that group of 6. I thought as they were shouting across the lake to one another, I thought I recognized one of their voices, and I was trying to pinpoint it this afternoon, and I just paddled back past him and coming back to camp, and I asked him, I thought I might have known where it was, and I asked him, were you on Dunlop Lake at this time of the year last year? And he said, yeah. Were you the guy who was solo that on the lake there? And I was like, yeah. So that's crazy. There's a lot of things my brain can't do, but I picked up that guy's voice from the one brief conversation I had with him last year on Dunlop Lake. So that's funny. Anyway, I gotta get out fishing again, and one issue is I lost my sinker, my 1 ounce sinker yesterday. It snagged, and I gave it a good tug, forgetting that I had 8-pound test on, and it snapped off. So my brain can remember a voice from a year ago, but it forgets that I have 8-pound fluoro on right in that moment. Anyway, I'm going to take a rock. I really don't have another good substitute. The only lead weight I have is a 1/4 ounce, and I don't have anything else. So I'm going to take a rock. Both of these are about 2 ounces, I would say, maybe even 3. So they'll get down nice and deep quickly, and I'm going to tie them up with some discarded line that I have just from today, just a couple of little stray bits that I was keeping in my pocket to burn, and tie it up, and hopefully that'll serve as a decent replacement. So today's lesson is that rocks don't make very good sinkers. They just don't have the density. You have to have a pretty big one to get the weight you want, and they don't have the aerodynamicity, if that's a word, and it just doesn't work. They're fluttering, floundering all around in the water as they're being dragged behind, and it just doesn't work. It tangles with the line. Sometimes they fall off. If you found a perfect rock, maybe it would work well, but it hasn't with the ones I've worked with. So I'm just going to drift. There's a light breeze pushing me right now over the deepest basin, and I'm just going to use that and jig deep, basically vertically. It's just diagonal, but it's pretty much ice fishing techniques right now. Had a fish on. Might still be there. Yeah, it's still there. Oh yeah. Nice laker. Another one. Thanks, buddy.